Hello and welcome back to the Cronecast of the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do the Spirit Guide Weekly Divine Guidance Messages. I do Yes and No Tarot, I do Predictive Tarot, I do Astrology Reading Tarot, I do Active Magic Candle Magic Tarot, and this today is a Candle Magic reading. And the way that differs is instead of creating something, a magical energy to create a scenario, what I'm doing is I have honed and amplified the energies available to us to try and give a clearer vision into what your new relationship singles reading for new love is. That is what this particular reading is for. If you're single and you're wondering when love is coming to you, this is the reading that will help you find out. I have 4 piles in a pick a card presentation, and each of my candles has been anointed with a specific love drawing oil. We will go over that at the time of your reading. I have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4. Concentrate, see which one calls out to you. There's going to be an insert in a moment. The one that just kind of stands out a little bit, that is the reading for you. I will see you at the time of your reading, and let's hope that we can find something good. Hello and welcome back. If you chose candle number 1, pile number 1, then this is your candle, this is your reading. And your candle has been anointed with Come To Me oil. This one's from Inexplicable Thing. I'm sorry, no, this is from Art of the Root. I am not affiliated with any of the Conjure Oil product lines. I like to mention the ones that I use. I love this one. Art of the Root's a little bit generic, but I like that because that means the energy of the practitioner is the thing that is really going to have the most oomph. All right, so here we go. We have an oracle spread. What's coming for us in love? Birds. This is from one of the Lenormand oracles cards, fortune-telling decks. This is about messages, things coming to you, communications. I also have the Bird Messengers oracle deck with, oh my God, I have no idea how to pronounce this, Hoatzin. Flourish through maintaining tradition. I'm sure it's some extremely exotic bird that I've simply never seen, but it's Hoatzin. Flourish through maintaining tradition. Interesting. That's good about having routines set for self-care. We have fulfillment. Good. I have release. That's almost always going to be about needing to heal from one relationship before you embark on a serious one next. You can still date, but if you're still carrying around some kind of dents or wounds from an old relationship, try and heal first. It'll just improve the quality of the relationship that you have next. From our Spirit Guide deck, I have Make Each Day Count. That's kind of embracing that joie de vivre, making sure that you're really leaning into enjoying your life to its fullest. We have regeneration. I think you're getting over a breakup. I have here and now. Oh, good. Trying to live in the present day, storm warning, and then contract. Storm warning isn't a terrible thing. It can be about something needing to be changed, but it's not a bad energy in and of itself. In fact, after a storm, things are often much clearer. All right, don't worry, we're gonna get some romance angels and the Lover's Oracle as well. I think I'll probably pull from the angel cards as well. Let's see, what do we got going for pile number 1? For singles, what's the new love energy for the Come To Me group? New love energy for the Come To Me group, please. We've got 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, I saw you flip. Hey, you. Sorry, I had somebody flip and then I couldn't get to it. There we go. It is the Chariot in reverse. Okay. That can be the card for the astrological sign Cancer, but at the moment it means that you're probably not feeling a lot of progress. This is a timeless reading, but it is kind of a difficult time. If you're not paired up, it's a really hard time to date. All right, let's get going. I'm going to put this down in 3 and just start taking them. All right, there we go. Okay, 9 of Cups in the upright, just what we want. 3 of Pentacles in the upright. I have the Hierophant in the upright. That can be the card for Taurans, but it's also kind of one of those cards for like societal structures, banks, hospitals, courthouses, that kind of thing, universities. It can be for mentorship and for teaching. All right, it can also be about being a guide to somebody. We have the 4 of Swords in reverse, taking action after a period of healing. We've got is this the 8? Yeah, it's the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, good. You're being told you can relax. How wonderful. All right, let's see. I've got the 2 swords in reverse. I have the temperance card in reverse. All right. That's interesting. Okay, 2 more times, I'm going to put it down, take the rest. Oh, there we go. Strength card in reverse. 3 of Cups in the upright. I have the Judgment card in reverse. I have the 6 of Swords in reverse. I have the Lovers in the upright. That's the card for Geminis as well. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. Contract and storm warning. Messages as well. Here and now, regeneration. Here's the thing, group number 1, you're likely, and it can't hold true for everybody. The more people you have watching a reading, the less likely it is that same thing within a reading will describe your situation. But you should be coming off of a period of kind of healing after something didn't work out. And it could have been a long-term thing or it could have been a short-term thing, but mostly the important part is you got a little flattened. And you're being asked to release the energies of that before you try and pair up in a significant fashion. And kind of what I've got here, 3 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you just want a little action. You might not even be like shopping for somebody else yet. I have the World in reverse. Yeah, it has limited choices. There we go. Page of Swords in reverse. The 2 of Cups in the upright. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. I have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and I have the 5 of Cups in the upright. You went through what looks like kind of significant breakup. You have a soulmate connection available to you. When's it coming to you? Let's go, let's go, let's go. 5 of Wands in reverse, and then I have the High Priestess in reverse. I am not letting you get away with that. I want more. All right. 7 of Swords in the upright with the Star in the upright. Okay, so, group number 1, there is an energy of like it's time to start reaching out and trying to take some action on trying to bring this to you. You can either sign up with a dating site because there is some energy around that if you want. You don't have your like next significant relationship starting for a little bit. And what does a little bit mean? May or June of this coming year of 2021. Now this is a timeless reading, so that would mean that it's about 9 months away. That's about 9 months away. Don't be freaked out by that. Don't be freaked out by that. Spending time by yourself after some, kind of difficult energy surrounding, it looks to me like it was just a rough breakup. It was just a little bit of a rough breakup. But you've actually done so much healing work and you really are ready. You can relax, by the way. You have plenty of options. You have plenty of possibilities available to you. It's time to start moving forward on that, though. Kind of start talking to your friends, see if there's anybody that they know who you might be interested in. Keep your eyes open a little bit. I do have an energy surrounding being able to meet somebody in it kind of through your work. That's this particular card. I have the 9 of Cups in the upright, though. Like, this is, you're going to get what you want. And that's kind of very important to remember when setting your intentions around. It looks to me like you're just starting to date again after a period of difficulty, a period of loss, and a period of, like, it doesn't, if it was terrible, you passed through the bulk of the healing and you really are ready. But here's the thing. I think that you're ready, but you're not anxious to have this 2 of Cups thing going yet. The reason being that you're still kind of recovering from the energy surrounding a past thing. And you're not ready to give your entire self to somebody. You want somebody to earn it. We have the Thinking Woman. Can I get 2 more cards, please? I'm just doing a little energy card clarification. I do have this deck already on the table, but I have 2 copies of it, and so I have a tendency to clarify as well. Okay, hostilities, root chakra, storm warning, yin yang, good lord, door to spirit. You have some anger issues to deal with from your past. Do be aware that your first forays into, You still need to be seeking energetic balance, but you are ready to get going. So how's this happening? You have a possibility at work. Listen, I just have you dating. I have you dating starting about, how far away are we on this? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Beginning of October. The beginning of October. And I've got you dating from multiple, like you're not ready to have a commitment yet. You're just ready to have somebody pay some attention to you. It looks like you were in a relationship in which like the amount you gave was kind of badly neglected. Somebody really, really took you for granted. But you're standing on pretty steady ground. You've done a bunch of healing work already. And you just want to feel wanted after what looks like kind of a... The worst thing about all of this is how you ended up feeling unloved. And like you had some questions around whether or not you're lovable. You're entirely lovable. You have adjacent possibilities and you have a good opportunity to form some friendships as well, which you're kind of looking to do. You're kind of looking to do because your past energy is difficult enough that, you know, it'd be good to kind of reestablish trust in the concept of there are completely decent people who date, completely decent people out there. Your last person is not all people. And that's kind of what I've got here is it's time to start reaching out for that honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Maybe your Two of Cups energy is a lot closer than I think it is, but I don't think so. I think that there's something going on with that connection as well, that it's going to be a little while before it enters your life. Is this person already known to you? Hey, listen, I attract a lot of twin flames in separation. It's possible. It's possible. But this particular reading is about what you're doing in the interim. And in the interim, it looks like you're ready to find some companionship. And that's kind of what you've got here. I have multiple possibilities is the thing. You can go through a dating site. I would start asking some friends because there's some people who, codependency, you're still healing. Love yourself first. Calling in your soulmate and then give your relationship a chance. Okay, so group number one, here's the deal. Your past relationship, you gave so much of yourself, and you do have some codependent dynamics. It's not an insult. I'm the codependency queen. It forms because of past damage. And it almost exclusively happens to empaths who are willing to just give and give and give and give and give and give. So you gave a tremendous amount. You're trying to heal from the past, and one of the ways that you can do that is to have a series of not particularly, it's almost like going shoe shopping. You're just going to try on a few people before you find what looks like kind of a significant relationship. I still have that in May. I have that in a really, really solid capacity in May. I think it's coming to you in the Taurus season, I do. And that makes perfect sense as well. But you can have as much companionship as you want. Are you going to find, I've got some dating site energy here. Are you going to find a person through there? What you're going to find through there is your self-confidence. Your ability to kind of take a look at a situation, take a look at a person and say, you know what, I'm better off by myself. And that's the important ground that you're standing on. You just want somebody to pay a little bit of attention to you. You've got, and I don't know if you'll follow through on them, but you've got 3 or 4 people between now and May that you could, have kind of a couple of encounters with. And encounters, do I mean, hey, full-blown intimacy? If you want, that is an option that is available to you. There is absolutely 100% healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed to this very moment. Group number one, what I think I've got here is someone who's been in separation. And by the way, it can't hold true for everybody. But I think I've got a bunch of people who are in separation, and you are very aware that you shouldn't be sitting on a shelf waiting for anybody, because what if they never show up? Listen, your person is still showing up, but let's put that aside for the moment because we're concentrating on new love today. You have 3 to 4 people who are available to you through a variety of means. Some are known to you as friends. You have the possibility of being kind of doing that thing where you learn whether or not you've healed and have set your boundaries appropriately through a dating service. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. We have release as well. Here's why I think it might be a good idea to go ahead and date, even though, and I did set out for this to just be for singles, but I do think you're a twin flame in separation. Your person is coming to you. Why is it taking so long? They have their own stuff. You had to heal from codependency. They're healing from codependency. In the meantime, you don't need to like wither on a vine. You have plenty of possibilities. You're not going towards them. And it's not a big surprise that there hasn't been anything in your life recently, because it just has not been the time period surrounding that. You have at least one friend who's going to be like, hey, I would like to introduce you to somebody. Understand, your friend is going to mean super duper duper well. But the main thing that happens with that is that you're going to have an appreciation for how well you really do know what it is you want, because it's not the right person for you. And you're going to have a couple of experiences like that, where you go out and you kind of hang out, and you've discovered, one of the ways you discover you're healed is that you're not just ready to be like, oh, you love me, therefore I will love you back. It's not that. You have a couple of ardent admirers who you're not going to return it, but you need to feel the power of being able to set that boundary and being able to understand that you have a lot of options in life, and you kind of don't feel like you do. You feel like somebody took away every single part of you that was valuable. We've got no, they did not. Yeah. I think the Angel Answers deck is kind of weighing in on, I wonder if this whole thing's going to turn into yet another twin flame reading. Let us hope not. You're not going to find a significant relationship in this dating foray. You're not. But what you are going to find is a way to test helpful people and reconsider with if you believe and then trust. Well, your spirit guides are kind of weighing in on the, listen, if you need to do this for the external validation, go ahead. You had some not great things happen to you. You deserve to be made a fuss over. I think that you're well schooled enough in what it is you want and what it is you're hoping for. I don't think you're really going to make each day count. I don't think you're going to imperil anybody's heart. Are there a couple of people who are going to be way more into you than you're into them? Yeah. And then, quite frankly, because I've got 3 to 4 people, but I've got multiple opportunities for dates. It looks like more than anything, it's kind of a strength training exercise in learning, do you know what you want yet? Yes, you do. Do you know how to keep yourself safe from somebody else's, attempts to infringe upon you, kind of emotionally? Yeah, you do. And there's dating that apparently is very much that exact issue. Kind of proving to you that, hey, you're wanted and you're desired, but that's not the same thing as you wanting and desiring the other person. I have privileged lady with poverty, you're lonely, false person, despair, bad health, message of concern, and then journey. One more. Toil and labor. Well, you've done the healing work. Listen, you might have really been very depressed following a breakup. And I don't know how long the relationship lasted, but and not everybody may know this twin flame yet. May is when this starts solidifying though, and I've got it very much coming into your life naturally. This is not something you have to put a ton of effort into seeking it out. But it looks to me feeling, you're just tired of sitting around and wondering if you'll ever have a person. And so you're ready to test your own emotional boundaries. So what's coming up for you is, again, I've got this starting in just about 6 weeks. As soon as you want this, it's going to be in your life. I do have dating service action. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Follow all the rules around it. Do you know that you can hear a lot of bad stories, but there's also a lot of good stories. And there's at least one friendship that's available to you that you might find like really a good addition to your life, because that person, it's a mutual not clicking, but you really like one another. So I've got that. Talk to the people who know you. Talk to the people who know you, and just kind of put it out there that you're receptive to the idea of some casual dating. That's what I've got for you, group number 1 in the come to me pile. Is between now and, again, it's about 9 months from now, when you form kind of a very significant relationship that overcomes a period of what will feel like emotional solitude because you don't commit easily this time. That's what I think might be the value of this entire exercise, is that it'll be important for you to prove that you're not just kind of in the relationship market, you're in the right person market. And I have, for some people, it will be this soulmate connection who is already known to you. And I'm just making that face because the energy around it is this person is maddening. A little maddening. They're very, 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 very slow in everything that they do. And you're not. You like to drive forward. You like to get things done. And you recently have simply decided, I'm tired of like waiting for this person to deem me like lovable. And so I'm going to find somebody to pay attention to me. 100% you can have that without any problem. You're just feeling like the 6 of Cups in reverse, 2 of Wands in reverse. What do we got? A past relationship has made you doubt your desirability, and you have a lot of validation and affirmation available to you. It comes through some conventional means. Don't worry, this is still. Are you coming too? All right. Group number 3. This is not going to hold true for everybody, because I have some people who are genuinely single, and you're wondering, am I going to find somebody through conventional means, dating services, asking for friends, and meeting people through work? Oddly enough, you're able to do all of that. You have friends who would be more than happy to introduce you to somebody. You just kind of have to, and it might be relatives too, you just kind of have to let it be known that, I'm not interested in like pairing up, but I would really like to just be able to hang out with somebody. Like go for an outdoor meal. Like someday maybe we'll be able to eat in restaurants again, but it's not quite yet. But like to start approaching, getting to know somebody. And believe it or not, this is a really good time. This is a timeless reading, but currently social distancing is still a very, very good idea. It's a good way to get to know somebody, like through Zoom calls, talking to them without all the pressure of like sitting in a restaurant and there's no way for you to get away if you don't like really like somebody. If you don't really like somebody and you're on a Zoom call, you click end meeting and it's done. You have a bunch of possibilities though. I think you should go ahead and move forward with it. The reason being is, I think without meaning to, and this is again for the separation group among us, you're starting to really doubt whether or not like you have a person. You've reached that side of, I'm no longer like feeling like I'm fine by myself, but I also wouldn't mind knowing that there are other possibilities. You have other possibilities. Start reaching towards them. By May, again, that's going to be about 9 months from now, you have begun your next significant relationship. In the meantime, what signs should you be looking for? I had very strong Leo energy around something that's coming to you probably later in the fall, so that's going to be a few months from now. I also had like kind of strong water sign energy with a Cancer, possibly a Cancer. The reason that I'm bringing that up is there was good emotional flow with that. And that's somebody who, be aware, that's not a good pairing for you. But it's still a good idea to pursue it, simply because it gives you a very strong idea of who it is that you want to be in a relationship. You're able to set boundaries. You have this is more of an exploration for you than it is finding your next relationship. Your next relationship is really, really on deck. Whether or not you're a twin flame in separation, understand 9 months from now you're with your soulmate. And that person is going to differ enough for various people here that I'm not going to name an astrological sign on that. I will tell you, you will 100% know. There's no mistaking that particular connection. In the meantime, if you would like simply to have that validation of understanding that you're still entirely desirable, you had somebody in your past who really, they screwed with your self-perception. For about the next 9 months, for as much as you want, as soon as you reach out, expect kind of a flood. Like, sincerely, the energetic universe is here for you. If you want that validation, they're here to, they don't want you to be lonely either. They don't want you to be lonely either. That's the difference between, you're independent, but you're also lonely because somebody hurt you a lot. They took you for granted and you ended up feeling very, very used. And you just need some, and that's not about being insecure. Legitimately, somebody did something just flat out wrong when it came to you, and you're injured and you need some balm for that wound. Will you go for it in any real capacity? No, but it's a very important learning experience for you if you want to have it. And this is, again, if you're listening to this and you're like, yeah, no, I'm fine, good, I'm good, then, and not your pile, there's another pile for you. If you're listening to this and you're like, I'm getting weirded out by how long it's taking my person to come to me, and so I understand that it's, in order to actually truly be independent, I shouldn't sit and wait for them. So that's part of it. You can go forward and you can invite in attention, but understand, for twin flames, that is your love, that is your love. I don't know what's taken the bum so long, but they're going to get here in 9 months. And that's for like the beginning of a relationship. I think you're in contact. According to the spooky cards, you're in contact. It's up to you. It's up to you. I think you're probably going to reach out and start dating just so that you can know how many options you really do have. But group number 1, mostly what you're doing is testing the boundaries and the scar tissue on the things that you've healed. Is it worthwhile? There are some bad dates in there. There are some like, oh God, I wish I didn't have to stay through the salad type of dates in there. It's a little empowering. It's a little empowering. There are a couple of instances where it looks like you have to shut people down from an infringement on your boundaries, and that is empowering. We make the future with our choices. The second that you decide to call up a friend and be like, do you know anybody? The second you decide to go on to Match.com or eHarmony or whatever site it is that you decide, Plenty of Fish, whatever it is, as soon as you decide, I do want a little attention, you will have plenty of attention. But your person is 9 months from now. And this is part of a healing process. So it is entirely up to you if you want to reach out. There's some nice dates in there too. But really what happens with those nice people is you discover even having somebody treat you well is not enough to earn your love any longer. And it might be an important lesson for you to learn, because for a while in the past you had been badly treated enough growing up that you mistook like kind and decent treatment as being love, like you experiencing love simply because you were so grateful to no longer be being injured. You're going to be able to differentiate now. Just because somebody wants you, you won't feel obligated to want them back. So it might be a good exercise for you, but no, 9 months from now is when I have a 2 of Cups pairing for you. It looks like a really, really good one. For some people it will be new, and for some others it is a returning twin flame. What do you want to do with it? Go have some fun. Go have some fun. Life is short and it's been a hard year. Take care, be well. Remember, 9 months from now, real love arrives, but there's no point in sitting on a shelf for anybody. Take care, be well. I'll see you next time. Hello and welcome back. If you chose candle number 2, pile number 2, then this is your candle. This is your reading. Your candle is anointed with Diva Drip, which is luxury and making dreams come true. This is the group that I was hoping we'd see some go ahead and get spoiled by somebody type of energy. We have the House card, which is about stability and security. You're in a stable energy right now. I have the Dodo card from the Bird Message deck. This is tread lightly on the earth. Actually, I really like that. The dodo, of course, became extinct and was one of the first lessons that we learned in kind of respecting our environment and the ecosystem. Practice moderation. 2 cards that are like, hey, be careful. Security. That's good with the house card as well. New life. With soulmate. Oh, hostilities, and then happy family. Okay. Try not to worry about this. The hostilities card might be, let's find out. Let's find out. You have a soulmate connection apparently coming to you. All right, let's get going. What do we got for the Diva Drip? I can understand now why you would really like a little bit of fuss being made over you, though. This is often the energy of... Divas are not high maintenance necessarily, but it is somebody who knows their own worth. In the past, you might have struggled with that, but let's see. Here we go. Let's go, let's go. Wow, okay. All right, Judgment in reverse, starting again. 8 of Cups in the upright. Having left behind a situation that was no longer serving you. The Star in the upright can be the card of Aquarius. I'm far more likely to see it as dreams coming true and hopes. We have the Emperor in the upright, powerful individual. King of Cups in reverse. That's sometimes you might have been involved with what? A narcissist, egads. Right now, you could be struggling with depressive issues. Yeah, and I think some anger issues surrounding a past relationship as well. Death card in reverse, transformation beginning again. The Sun card in reverse, you're struggling with depression. 4 of Pentacles in the upright, the High Priestess in the upright, 3 of Cups in the upright, the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. 7 of Wands in the upright with the Page of Pentacles in the upright. You're overcoming a difficult energy in the past, though. I have a tendency to, because I'm slightly older, I'm 53, because I'm older, I have a tendency to attract slightly older people as well. And what does that mean? Are y'all going to be as old as I am? No, not necessarily. It's just that it does mean that usually you're going to have had a significant relationship underneath your belt. Empress in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse, the 7 of Swords in reverse, the Tower in the upright, Ace of Wands in reverse, 10 of Wands in reverse. I've got the King of Swords in reverse with the 2 of Wands in reverse. Jeepers creepers, I want 2 more cards on that. You are just, you know what? You're looking for some stress relief more than anything. With the 2 of Cups in reverse, because you're okay. 5 of Cups in the upright. You just want a relationship at this point. Temperance in the upright. Are you healed enough yet? 7 of Cups in the upright. It's a little up in the air. What's going on for this group, please? You've learned a lot of things since a relationship that went quite far south. It left you with the need to rebuild. There were a lot of changes in it. Right now, you're tired of this crap. You're tired of not being able to go anywhere and do anything. You know, no matter the reason, it's been a little bit frustrating for you. And you just want to have some darn fun. Here's the thing. When's this human getting here? And where are you? Release your ex. This could be the one. Hold on. Got pretty strong fire sign energy on this. Air sign energy as well. Listen, I don't call out these astrological signs very often. You have somebody who might be in real estate. They might be in real estate. You can date. You can 100% date whenever you want. You are going to meet your soulmate, and I hate to tell you this, but if you were married in the past and you're like, I'm never ever getting married again, looks to me like you really are. You're on the cusp of meeting somebody. You're on the brink of meeting somebody, group number 2. It could be a Scorpio. The thing is that's not the energy I'm getting off of it. It's somebody who is very successful. You meet this person through, it looks like work. It looks like work. Now, it could be like something that you're volunteering with, but there's groups of people there. I also have the community card. I don't get online dating off of this one at all. But after a period of just being kind of like you've done the healing work that you need to from your past relationships, you're pretty secure in yourself and what you want and what you need. You're not looking for a partner to like, you're not really looking for a partner. What you're looking for is somebody to make you feel special again. Love yourself first, retreat, healing family issues. This could be the one. And release your ex. Yeah, this is group number 2. You are entering into a time period that's going to last close to 6 months, in which you can date as much as you choose to, and there is one very specific person, I do believe it is an air sign, it could be an Aquarius, who really would like to spend some time with you. Here's the thing, you can't manufacture the passion. You can't manufacture the passion. And on the other side of that particular relationship is your real relationship. This person may already be known to you, because I've got that 2 of Cups in reverse. This person may already be known to you. If they are, like, you're 100% over, like, waiting for them. So this is something that you may have vowed to give up on, and that's absolutely fine. They're getting their crap together and getting their crap together, and they will be figuring out a way to approach you again. This is not going to hold true for everybody. The second scenario that I have for that is that, again, 6 months from now, you're meeting somebody. It could be that fire sign energy with the Aries is all over that. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is available to you. Follow it with faith. Your biggest problem, group number 2, is that, like, somebody just plain old made you angry in the past with the way that they treated you. You're very aware that they in the final analysis, they did not deserve you. And so you're hoping to find people who will. And they're there. They're there. Try not to date just to kind of treat depression, though. There's a lot of depressive energy around this. You just, I think, are hoping to have somebody spoil you a little bit. There is a person available for you that you can start dating. I do think you meet them through an event or through your work. I don't have dating site energy on this at all. This person is going to be really into you. They're going to be really into you. Do you return it? Not really. Not really. But what happens is, they want weekend getaways, and they do things like send you flowers spontaneously. And they're really in the market, it looks to me, like, for their next big thing. You're not quite. You're not quite. You need a training wheel relationship, and not a training wheel commitment. You need to just, you need to have this little bit of a fling, and just to kind of make and I'm not talking about using somebody else to make yourself feel better. Don't worry, they're going to get a lot out of it. For one thing, you're very good company. You just need to feel pursued and wanted again. Your past relationship, it's like donating blood there at the end. It was so draining, and it made you question the worth of getting involved with anybody. it's been a really difficult time for you. And you just have a fire sign energy coming up and an air sign energy coming up. And I have this air sign as being the person who spend time with them. That person might be a musician, by the way. Like, that might be one of their pursuits and their passions. They're not a big player. You're going to suspect them kind of a lot, but they're really not. Community, privileged lady, marriage, coffin, message of concern, wow, and journey. How does this happen? You barely have to do anything. Just keep living your life, and this is going to pop up in your life about 5 weeks from now. About 5 weeks from now, you just kind of have to declare yourself energetically open. Your real, like, what will be a relationship doesn't start until next spring. That is, I believe that is the Aries energy. It does not have to be an Aries. It's just someone who's very assured, confident, kind of successful. Someone who is established in what they do, able to handle things that come up appropriately. This is a mature energy. But in the meantime, you have somebody who wants to pursue you. And that person comes into your life very, very naturally. It does look as if the thing that you need to learn is that it's not a rarity. It's not a rarity. Whatever went on in this past situation, it took away enough and made you angry enough that you almost have this, well, screw it then, I'll be a player energy. You are never going to be able to be a player. You're not made of that stuff. You're going to feel bad about anybody that you hurt. You have this soulmate connection, and it's not very far away. And I do think you marry that person, by the way. And here's the thing, for at least some people, I think you've already been married, and you're already having that, oh, hell no type of reaction. It will be an oh, hell yes when it's the right person. Understand that in the meantime, what you really want is just, you want a reason to kind of get dressed up and to look nice and to be told that you look nice. And you do have, it has so much Aquarius energy around it. It might truly be an air sign and an Aquarius at that. But you have someone who's gifted with their words and has very good creative energy around it. Probably a musician either as a profession or as a hobby. And this is coming into your life again 4 to 5 weeks from now. And how does it show up? It just shows up. Like it's either a chance encounter in something that you're doing in a working capacity, or somebody introduces you. You don't have to make any effort. You don't need to go and be sure to be at the Starbucks at the corner of Rancho Road. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is just be open, be receptive, and kind of declare your intentions. Just declare your intentions to be like, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to experience some choices and some attention again. You do have a good time with it. But the fear that you're going to have is that, Lovers in reverse. You have plenty of choices available to you. The fear that you have is that you're not really going to be, when you don't click with this person who wants kind of nothing more than to really spoil the living heck out of you, you're going to wonder if you were broken by this hostilities energy. You weren't. He's just not the right guy. He or she. I'm sorry. If I get the pronoun wrong, please forgive me. Remember, we all contain masculine and feminine energies, and so it's kind of a meaningless thing. Do you hurt them? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that they're a little emotionally guarded, and they're, I think, kind of well off is the thing. The Hierophant in reverse. Okay. Okay. You're flexing. That's what your next 6 months is going to be, is flexing your personal power. And you're not using people. Like, sincerely, the person who's making all this fuss over you and like wants to make you dinner and like wants to make it, like tries to find out your favorite food so that they can cook it, like, please don't feel bad. Please don't feel bad about that. These are the choices that they're making because they really are they're pretty hopeful about what will occur between the two of you. And it's okay that it doesn't work out. They have a person right after this too. This is one of the few times that I'm going to invoke this phrase. Divine timing and your higher self are both working to set you both in the right energies. That person like is also going through their own thing. It's a healing thing for them as well to kind of know that they can romance somebody and that there's not everybody's there just to plug into them like an outlet. So they learn something important from you as well. Is there good passion around this? And that's the problem with part of it, is that this person is kind of doing their own, reestablishing their ability to woo somebody. And it's just like you both really, 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 really would like it to be more fiery, but it's not. And it's part of the reason that somewhere around the 4 or 5 month thing, you just kind of step back and they let you, is what I've got. They let you step back. And it's not a judgment. You've both kind of come to consensus where it's like, if I could make myself feel this for anybody, I'd want it to be for you because you're such a good person. They're going to feel validated and affirmed, and so are you. And directly after that, you have your soulmate connection coming in. Is that person already known to you? I'm not entirely sure on this one. I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that it comes in very, very shortly afterwards, and that's your next serious relationship. In the interim, though, you have somebody who, it's just for fun. It's just for fun. And I wish there was more passion surrounding it because I think you would really, really enjoy that part after like a not great experience in your past. But understand that this is serving a different purpose for you. This is serving the purpose of you being treated well again and learning to have that as an expectation. Because the person you were last with, they made less and less and less effort. By the end, like, you really felt like they didn't care if you came or went. And this person is going to make you feel valued again. And you're going to make them feel approved of, because their past, it's a healing relationship for you both. And I think you should have fun with it and know that the person directly on the other side of that, between 4 and 5 weeks after you part ways, it's mutual agreement. It looks to me like you have your soulmate connection coming in that is, you will end up marrying that person eventually. And that will be the whole ball of wax. But this is the test pancake. You have a test pancake coming up that will be good for both of you, but won't destroy either of you. Thank you so much for joining me, group number 2. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button that's over there or down below. If you would like to book me for a private reading, there's going to be an insert in a moment with all the information on how to do that. My website has all my prices. I would love to read for you in real life. There's bound to be more specific details around exactly all of this. Take care, be well, and know that dating can actually be fun. It can be fun. You've heard all the horror stories and you've got all the flinching where it's like, oh no, not dating. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Your person's well established. Your not quite person, your test pancake person is well established, and they're able to kind of pour a lot of effort onto you, and you soak it up like a sponge, and they end up feeling good about themselves as well because they got into a situation where nothing they could do was good enough. So remember, you're not using somebody. This is your short-term swim buddy to help you recover a little bit more before your next real person comes in. Take care. Be well. I will see you next time. Hello and welcome back. If you chose candle number 3, pile number 3, then this is your candle, and then this is your reading. And your candle was anointed with seduction and passion. Hooray! All right, I have message from one of the Lenormand Fortune telling decks, communication. We have the bird oracle bringing us pheasant. Adapt to place and circumstances to discover happiness and contentment. Yay. Stay open-minded. Enlightenment. Leadership. TikTok. Time to go. Temple path. Rest and rejuvenation. Oh. Let's find out what that's about. Oh, don't be let's hope that this is not going to peace out on us and be like, no, you know what you're supposed to do is heal. Because people want to know when they're dating. What's happening with the love life for the singles here? I've got the Two of Wands in the upright. Good plans and choices. I like that message card. Okay. Rest and rejuvenation. The Temple Path is 2 cards for healing right in a row. All right, like I was telling another group, I have a tendency to attract viewers who are just a tiny bit more experienced, meaning you likely have a bunch of relationships or at least a significant relationship underneath your belt. King of Wands in the upright, 2 of Cups in reverse, 7 of Wands in reverse, Temperance in the upright, 6 of Cups in the upright, 5 of Pentacles in reverse, 4 of Wands in the upright, Knight of Wands in reverse, the Judgment and the energy. It's just that I get haunted by this twin flame thing. I have the 9 of Swords in the upright with the 4 of Wands, 4 of Swords in the upright, Magician in the upright, 8 of Cups in reverse, 8 of Pentacles in the upright, Page of Wands, Hierophant in reverse, Death card in reverse, Hermit in the upright, 3 of Cups in reverse, Knight of Cups in the upright, 7 of Cups in the upright, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so this is a timeless reading, but you have been dealing with a bunch of anxieties and depression regarding a 2 of Cups situation that did not work out. It might have been a karmic relationship. A lot of those codependent relationships are karmic relationships where, you know, one of the things that you do is you learn from them. And most of the time we have trouble releasing them. You're in pretty good balance. I had wanted this to be a love reading for singles, so I was like telling the cards beforehand, okay, new love, new love. Guess what? Your group number 3, your new love is the person you're already in love with. You're in love with somebody already. It's a soulmate connection. It is a past life connection. It is your twin flame. It is, if I'm rolling my eyes, I'm not rolling my eyes at the concept of twin flames. I specifically was doing this reading because I attract so many twin flames in separation. And I got up and I was like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a love reading to see when these people who have been waiting for somebody, if they've decided not to wait any longer and they're tired of it, when this person is getting their butt over to them. Well, you kind of don't need to worry so much. That is already in the works. There are some things attendant to it. This person already hurt you badly is the thing. They are doing the work that they're meant to. It does look like this is something that before the end of the year, you're very assured of it. Do I have, like the other groups had like dating and all kinds of things. The seduction and passion, you're going to have an amazing connection with this person. You're going to be hearing more about what's going on. It looks like within the month of September, heading into October, you're going to feel far more stable. I don't think you choose to date. I don't think you choose to date. If you're watching this, it's because you're kind of like, well, this bum hasn't shown up for a while, and so maybe I should start thinking about what else I should do. Restoring your life to a better sense of balance, and you left something behind. You stayed longer than you should have. It caused so much damage. You're not without options is the thing. Enjoy, like allow people to flirt with you because you kind of shut it down. You do kind of shut it down because you're a little threatened by it. Quite frankly, I think your past relationship was quite damaging. And you are hopeful that like this isn't going to be for the rest of forever, but right now you're pretty isolated. Your twin flame is your next relationship. Are you going to be alone until they get there? I'm afraid so. And is it your choice? It looks that way. Like you have adjacent possibilities. You don't need to wait for this person. But The problem that you have is that you know this is a magical connection. And so no matter how much thought you give to, should I move on? Should I move on? This is a timeless reading, but I have like your assurances that things are going in the directions that you want. Retreat, it's time to disconnect from the world. Finances and career, true love, make the effort with worth waiting for. Okay. Group number 3, this might be one of my quicker readings. The reason being, there is so much fun available to you with friendship and with community and with connecting with others. It looks to me like you were abused in the past. It looks like it was abuse. Yeah, it looks like it was abuse because it did go on way too long. And you're tired of healing. You're tired of the word healing. You're not being held in stasis. You have a lot of options available to you. The thing is that you're never really going to be able to pull the trigger. Like, you're going to be able to circle around the, well, maybe I should date. Maybe this isn't happening. Maybe it's time to move on. Maybe. And what happens is every time you get close to it, you just can't because you're really in love. Like, you're really in love with a person already. And it's driving you nuts because it really is that 9 of Swords with the 4 of Swords, because you're ready and your person is not. So in the meantime, I had really wanted this to be a new love reading, but apparently I'm not going to get that for this particular group. The person you want is your next relationship. The thinking man, indecision, financial constraints. All that's going on is your person is a wreck. Your person's just a little bit of a wreck. They're unwrecking themselves, okay? They genuinely are. But you're healed enough that you're like, you know what? Screw like sitting endlessly and waiting for somebody. I would rather like have some companionship. I would rather have, quite frankly, some sex, that kind of thing. The door to personal healing and happiness, and door to spirit. I have a little bit of bad news. Your person blocks you. They're 100% capable of, like, they do mind magic all the time. And like every time that you think about reaching out or trying to make something happen, if it feels like it's like, well, that went like more catastrophically wrong than you would think it would be possible to, understand it's not an accident. They're not trying to, they're not trying to be creepy. It's it's unintentional on their part. Because they are so messed up, they're not in your life right now. And they really like keep telling themselves like, maybe it's better if they meet somebody rather than wait for me. But they're fooling themselves. And every time that you kind of make a little bit of an overture towards, okay, well, I'm going to just, if I can't have the person I want, at least I will have somebody in my life that it's, I can have some fun with. It's time for me to have some healing fun. They're blocking you. They're blocking you from moving forward. They don't mean to, and please don't get angry with them. Sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. As much as you want to have some fun, as much as you would like to get out there, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. You're not imagining this. This is your twin flame soulmate. Guides and guardians and ancestors and angels as one would like to send you an apology note for how long this has taken, because it is delayed, but it is not in any way canceled. And the reason it's delayed is your person is, they've got a lot of work to do, and they've got a lot of work to do, and they've done a lot of it. I'm sorry, as usual, I cannot get through a full reading without a breakthrough caller. Let's see, and I have no idea why my Do Not Disturb doesn't work, but it just doesn't. All right, here we go. And they're connected to you energetically, and they're a tiny bit possessive, and they know it, they do know it, and they're not trying to treat you like property. They just, on the conscious level, they're like, well, you know, if it's right, it'll work out, and if he or she meets somebody in the meantime, then that means it wasn't right. But they don't really mean it, and they've got a lot of power. As do you. Courtship, wealthy man, adjudication, main male, official person, and gift. Oh my goodness. Are you waiting for a divorce to be finalized? That's a possibility. There is still, I think so. Listen, group number 3, please don't throw things at me. I did want this to be a new love reading. I did want this to be a love reading for singles. You know your twin flame. Your twin flame knows you. And you are going to be with your twin flame. And how long is this taking? Not long. Before the end of this year, which is 3 months from now, because it is a timeless reading, you're going to know that you're not waiting. Like you're not gonna have any more questions about, am I crazy? Am I imagining this? Is this, like, maybe they don't really have the same feelings. They have the same feelings. They have the same feelings. They've had their own stuff to heal. And they're much slower than you are. They're just much slower at getting things done than you are. They're very fear-ruled still. And it's what's blocking you. And do you want to, like, you know, at some point in some distant future, like, yell at them about how, remember, they're not getting any either, okay? So take some comfort in that. Like, you're not sitting around and waiting for them. This is not a third-party situation. If it was, like, nobody's involved with anybody else. So you're both, like, sitting around in the deep freeze in terms of, hey, you know what would be nice? Somebody touching me. That's not happening for them either. That's not happening for them either. And every time you try and go towards a new person without meaning to, you're just blocked, because this is a soul level connection and they're so connected to you. And they're actually kind of this, you're a very powerful person and so are they, and they can be give off a very imposing energy when they feel like it. And so people who might naturally come towards you, because you're so connected, they end up feeling that person. Because they might logically and intellectually believe, well, if that person meets somebody else, then, you know, it'll be okay. That'll, you know, it just means it wasn't meant to be this lifetime. We'll catch it. They don't mean any of that. They actually really don't want anybody else to touch you. And they want to be the person. That's why. And it's very, very close to happening. It's very, very close to happening. Hang in there. I like every other group, I was like, hey, if you want to date, you can date. You can eat. If you try, then your energetic girl person is just going to, like, you're going to be getting flat tires. People are going to be running out of gas on the way to dates and things. They don't mean to, but they are absolutely 100% hug blocking you, basically. And they don't mean to, but they also 100% mean to. Like, if you were to call them up and be like, hey, are you making sure that I live a celibate life until such time as you're ready for me? They'd be like, no, are you crazy? 100% they are. They don't mean to on a conscious level, but on an emotional level, they absolutely do. They're super in love with you. They're not in a great place, and they're trying to get in a better place. And as they go up and down in that process, sometimes they hit a rock bottom energy where they're like, oh, I hope to just meet somebody, and it's so like that's what they deserve. And like they spend a lot of time like cataloging all the reasons that they're not really the person for you, because they don't think they're worthy of you. They're worthy of you, and they have you, like, they're so focused on you. They're so focused on you that the people who want you can feel that you're not really single. And you don't really feel single, but you're tired of waiting. Sorry sorry about that. I had an alarm going off in this room. It took me a second to find it. So, you're tired of waiting, and I don't blame you. Your wait's almost over. Why did the universe do this? That you get angry. You get angry feeling like something terrible's being done to you, and it's incredibly unfair. You know what? It's unfair. It's unfair. You're not wrong there. You have other things coming to you. You have beautiful, beautiful things coming to you that are going to fill your time as we move into the autumn. And you're going to get reassurances from your person. And sooner or later, when you are together, you're going to be able to tell them, and by the way, couldn't even get a hug from somebody, thanks a lot. And they're going to cop to it at that point. They're going to cop to the fact that as much time as they intellectualize the whole, maybe it's better if they find somebody else because of this, that, and the other. Oh, I'm so this, I'm so that, maybe I'm not right for them. On another level, like if they even think of somebody touching you, it makes them morose for days. And so they really are 100% blocking you. If you like this reading, first of all, I'm sorry, but love is yours within 90 days. And I mean physical connection. There's more than that coming up, but your dry spell's almost over, okay? Before the end of the year, you're having some fun together. Is that when your relationship establishes? Maybe not. They've still got a lot of stuff to do, but you're physically intimate before the end of the year. And you will be in an established, hey, we know what we're doing here type of energy. Don't forget to hit the subscription button. Leave a comment in the comment section down below if you'd like to enter my free reading giveaway. If you'd like to book me for a private reading, there's an insert in a moment that contains all the information on how to do that, and I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. I'm sorry, group number 3. I really did want this to be hey, no twin flames, we're not going to be Your person loves you, and you love them. And the only reason you're watching this is because you don't want to be a chump waiting for somebody who's never showing up. They are showing up. They are just slow. Take care. Be well. I'll see you next time. Welcome back. If you chose candle number 4, pile number 4, then this is your candle and this is your reading. Your candle was anointed with new love. That is from Conjured Cardia. My gosh, that always smells so good. The candle is gold to help attract things. We have Clover, which is from one of the Lenormand oracle decks, the fortune-telling decks. That is about having good luck, being in the clover. We have Purple Swamp Fen. I beg your pardon. Purple Swamp Hen. Abandon unsympathetic environments for your true element. We have Like Attracts Like. I have Purification. Action. Oh, good. Milk and Honey. Like that. Yang. Oh. Adjacent Possibilities and Journey. Okay, so you're trying to be restored to energetic balance after a situation you left behind that was not serving you. And now you're wondering what's coming up for you in new love. Let's find out. Let's get going. What's coming up for new love for group number 4? What's coming up for this group? Can we get some more, please? What's coming up in new love, please? What is the next possibility? What's the next possibility, please? All right, 1. Let's get going here. 2. Anybody gonna pop? Ooh, okay. All right. Well, half the deck came with it. Let's see how that goes. And the 7 of Wands in reverse. High Priestess in the upright. 4 of Swords in reverse. 5 of Pentacles in the upright. Judgment in the upright. The Chariot in the upright. The Tower in the upright. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. 4 of Cups. King of Wands in reverse. I have the 4 of Wands in reverse. I have the 2 of Pentacles in the upright. I have the 7 of Swords in the upright. Oh, you're coming off of a difficult one, huh? Okay, let's see. Your last relationship, really, you may have been deceived. You felt pretty unloved. Can I get some more, please? I have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Nothing you did worked. We're going to get the rest of this. 8 of Cups in reverse with the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Wands in the upright, Death card in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse, the World in reverse, Magician in the reverse. Ooh, All right, so group number 4, you might become, now it's not going to hold true for everybody, general reading, it has a hard time doing so, but you may have just been coming out of a situation that is a divorce. And you're starting to wonder, King of Swords in the upright, you're starting to wonder who your next person is. You have a next person. There is kind of a change in your relationship status coming towards you. I'm going to just pick this guy up. Page of Pentacles. I'm going to put that in the upright. I'm going to take one more because it looks like kind of a complicated situation. There we go. You coming? Yeah, we've got the 9 of Swords. I'm going to put that in the reverse. What do we got here? Okay, group number 4, you've come out of a very damaging relationship. And you tried really hard to make it work, but nothing would. Like every action that you took, you were trying to, it was like a relationship on life support. You tried everything and you gave and you gave and you gave. And now there's been kind of a sudden change in how you're viewing the possibilities going forward. You're receptive to the idea of more. You have a person coming up. It's not super duper soon. This person is being represented by the King of Swords in the upright, and this is not, that can be a judge when it comes to things like divorces, but it's not. It's your next person who will be coming towards you. They're dealing with something themselves. They are dealing with the fallout of ending a relationship as well. Do you know this person yet? It is possible that you do. It's possible that you do. Here's the thing. If you decide, because what I've got here in the new love is that the reason that you're asking about this is because of that person. You went through a difficult relationship, and I think you became kind of attached to somebody that you haven't had a relationship with yet, and it hasn't worked out with yet. The reason that you're considering new things, yeah. Wow. All right. You do have a soulmate connection with this particular person. There are a lot of reasons that it hasn't worked out yet. New love group, I'm going to be like one of the least popular people. You're wondering if there's somebody new for you. No, there's not. Your person is the person that you're considering finding somebody new to forget. You had, it looks to me like kind of a difficult, and it could have been a full-blown marriage, but it was a serious relationship that ended, and it took a lot out of you. It took so much out of you. You may have been lied to and abused. And despite that, you tried really hard to make it work. You tried really, really hard to make it work. And nothing could because it wasn't meant to. And you actually are going to be so much happier. But you're 100% over. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Here's what I think, new love group. You don't really want new love. You want the love that you have for somebody to work out. It is going to work out. The state of the world actually threw a tremendous roadblock in your way. And there is absolutely the energy of your person that you're so into stayed too far away from you when they thought that it was a rebound. They didn't at first think it was a real connection. It is a real connection, and it's actually a really important connection, but they have some self-esteem issues and they didn't trust that. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. The reason that you want to find out, life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. I have the Judgment card in the upright here, that is, karma and new cycles beginning. There's progress to be made here with the Chariot. It's in the upright in the short term. Please don't shoot the messenger here. You're being asked to rely on your community, on your friendships, on finding your energetic balance again. You want to have a relationship because you're very aware that you were badly treated. And you know how unfair it was. Everybody involved knows how unfair it was. Your guides know it too. You want to be healed, and you are healed. But you have some time to spend by yourself first. And how much time is time? Because you're sick of it. You're 100% sick of it, and probably like swearing at me. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. There is whatever went on with your past person. It really feels like they didn't experience enough retribution from the universe for what they did to you, because they did some things that they should not have. And let's leave it at that part. By a lot. You're very aware of that. You're not quite done with healing from that. Your ability to trust is actually still kind of at a low ebb, and it's with everybody, and you kind of don't know that part. You're just learning to trust other people. It has been too long, and your guides they know how angry you are. Like, it's not much of a secret. Your neighbors might know how angry you are, because like you have outbursts of anger, like not inappropriately, you're not being abusive, but you're very frustrated with, why can't you have this thing that you want? And it's because you're still trying to leave behind the energy of an incredibly damaging relationship. You're not in the shape that you think you are yet. We have caring connections, deceit, and walking away. You were lied to and used and abused. And then I think you fell in love. And you fell in love with somebody who wouldn't be receptive to you because they had themselves convinced that it wasn't true. It wasn't true. It's because they think you're super amazing, apparently. They they have a lot of feelings for you. And at first, they just really didn't think it was possible that you were each other's answer. They're dealing with something on their own. I'm so sorry. I wanted this to be, like, there's a reason. This happened the last time I tried to use New Love on a candle as well. You want a different person. And you keep trying to find out, when's my next relationship? Because you've pretty much given up on this slowpoke. And they're lucky that the universe is on their side. You're being blocked. You're being blocked. And it's making you so upset. You need to reestablish friendships, relationships, and a life that does not have too much emphasis on relationships. You're healed, and you know it. And you're like, well, then fine, I'll go. I just want something different. And you can date if you want to. There's nobody here that it works out with. Like, it's kind of a tedious process. And if you meet somebody, then maybe go ahead and date. I don't have you meeting anybody. Please don't try and force the issue. We have take action. Well, let's see in what area. And the only reason being is that as impatient as you are, it's not the right time. And it's because of your person. Listen, group number 4, I'm so sorry. When I anointed these candles, I was just determined to try, and I have a segment of the collective that is your twin flames in separation. And like somebody had the not so brilliant move, peaceful resolution of not telling you the truth of what they felt about you. And they damaged you on top of how much this relationship damaged you. First of all, understand that is part of what they're working on. Part of the reason they tried to put you off was quite simply, they honest to God just didn't think that they were worthy of you. They think you're an amazing human being. And they're trying really hard to try and figure out their own world. You have some things to resolve first. If you're so sick of that, I don't blame you. It does feel at this point like you've been put in healing timeout. And at this point you're like, you know what? I'd like to have sudden wealth. I'd like to have more in my life. I feel this is such a difficult energy around your past relationship. Being with somebody else in the way that you're thinking is not actually going to help. It's not going to heal. The person you're in love with, because you're super in love with somebody, that will be healing. And I am talking about a physical relationship. Because what I've got here, group number 4, is that you want this to wash this stuff off of you so much. And like you've got a very bad memory from your last time with someone. And you want it to be gone so much that you're like, fine, slowpoke, if you're not going to get here in time, I'll just go on to somebody else. I'm tired of waiting for you. And the energetic universe, your guides, your guardians, your ancestors, and your angels are saying, no. This is your fate. This is a fateful pairing. This is a karmic connection. This is a twin flame connection. This is Nature Man message. Unexpected income. And great fortune. Listen, when it's in your life, it's going to be the best thing that ever happened to you. Your team wants you to know they're genuinely sorry. Like, they hate seeing you like this. And, like, it is not lost on them how absolutely furious you're becoming with them. For not, it looks like your past person who treated you so badly that you didn't think you were going to be okay, it looks like from your standpoint, it feels like they were kind of rewarded. And they've already had a full relationship. And it hurt you so, so much because it felt like the universe was rewarding them for hurting you that badly. That's not what happened. The only way to keep you safe from them when you initially parted was to distract them. And that person hurt them a lot. And they're never going to be happy, by the way. They're never going to be happy. They will... It's starting to set in now, but about 2 years from now, like, all they will ever be thinking about is how they wish they hadn't lost you. Everything in their life is going wrong. And the only time they feel happy is when they think of all the times that you made them happy. So it's cold comfort right now, but you win in the long run. And how long does this take? It's not much longer. It is within the next month that you get word that your person is working on things to be with you. They're doing it for themselves, but they want to be with you. And I'm sorry, New Love Group, but if you nothing will work out with somebody else. And that is your team doing that. And as angry as you feel right now, that's how glad you'll be when you don't, your emotional fidelity is very important to you. It's why you stayed with that person so long. Even though they were hurting you, you couldn't stop loving them. And you are only doing this to try and exorcise their ghost from your life and from your person. And you're not thinking about the ways that will repeat a pattern that you've been trying very hard to heal from. You don't need that validation. You will have the thing that you're hoping for within the year. This is a timeless reading, so I am talking about a 3-month period. I don't even know how to say this. The reason you're considering dating isn't because you really want a different person. You had such a difficult relationship with your past person that you're having trouble with your last memory of intimacy because it's a very bad memory. And so more than anything, you want something to take away that memory. Your person will take that away. Your person's going to take that away and reshape your idea of what that was ever meant to be anyway. And the reason you're being blocked is you can get it, by the way. There's lots of people who are like, yes, please. Genuinely, there are a lot of people who would be on board with that as an option. You're being blocked from it because you're not thinking about how that's a form of validation that you do need to heal from. It is what allowed that person to enter your life in the first place, the bad person. And I'm going to go ahead and use the word bad. Usually there's blame on both sides. No, that person's pretty much a villain. It's not far away. And they hear you. They hear you. You're practically screaming that you're done with this crap. But you're not going to have a hookup. You're not going to date. And you're not going to have a friends with benefits. And it is because you are... The thing that you want to be healing is going to be so healing with your real person. And I'm sorry they're taking so long, and they're sorry they're taking so long. If they had any idea that you were contemplating, they made you feel rejected at a level that it was a very difficult time for you to feel that rejected. This is not the way to heal that. Group number 4, I knew that whenever you do a love reading, there's always the possibility that a message is going to come through where it's and you're not going to be happy with me. I'm sorry. I hope there is some comfort to be taken in the person you're in love with is in love with you. They suck at communicating, and they're trying really hard to figure out the ways in which they can get to your side. But you will accidentally set yourself back if you try, and it wouldn't be what you're thinking it would be. You're thinking, I will just be empowered and own my sexuality, and I will have, and it wouldn't accomplish what you're hoping. It would be empty and upsetting to you. Because it would be empty and upsetting to you because you were so badly hurt. And that's why you're being blocked from it. Normally I'd say, you can date if you can date if you want to. Nothing terrible is going to happen to you, but it's just going to be a bunch of coffees and meals, and bad conversations, to take up your time while you wait for that person. And there's going to be a couple of people who would be really kind of into you too, but you will not return it. You will not return it, because as much as impatient as you are to get this show on the road, you're in love with somebody. You're in love with somebody, and they are in love with you. It's not happening when you want it to, but it is 100% happening. You're being asked to concentrate on your career. You're being asked to concentrate on your friendships, your hobbies, your pursuits, and understand that you are, and at this point you're like ready to throw stuff, because 100% it feels like you're just being punished, like very unfairly. And they just don't want you to have to deal with that pain. You would find it empty, and your real person is yours within, like physically yours within 12 weeks. You get more word on that, but like I think what happens is that they see you at the holidays. Like they can't, they're not quite ready to launch on a relationship yet, but you're being blocked for a good reason. It's because you've run out of patience just as this person's finally going to break. And you would find that it would not be a healing experience. It would actually just trigger you, and it would be painful, and that's why you're being blocked. You're not actually meant for casual hookups. You went through a lot to heal yourself so that you would know your own value and know your own worth. And because there's so much pain around that particular area of your life, that's an area that you're not going to be casual about that. And that's not bad. And I don't know if your person is an amazing lover. So just try and like hold on to that part. It's here before the end of the year. Again, it's like a 12-week period. And it will knock your socks off. You're beautiful and wonderful and special and kind. And you would have no shortage of volunteers. But it would set you back. It would set you back. And your person loves you. And they will be here as soon as they can. And you're actually just concentrate on having fun, and it will pass so much more easily. I'm sorry, group number 4. I know when singles seek out a love reading, they don't want to hear, hey, your super tardy twin flame is going to catch up soon. But your super tardy twin flame is imminently coming in. And you worked so hard, so hard to heal all the damage that person did to you, and you're not viewing it this way, but trying to go towards a physical hookup just so you can not have that be your last sexual memory is actually allowing you, it would be allowing them to damage you again, because you're not that person. There's not that there's anything, I mean, sex is great, who doesn't want to have it? It's not that. It's not that there's a darn thing wrong with sex. It's that what you want is somebody who truly loves you to be with you physically. And that's only going to come from the person you truly love. And it's very close, and I am so sorry. So if you want to book me for a private, I can't even do the subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. You know, I'm sorry. I'd be more sorry if it was like, hey, no, it's years in the offing. It's weeks. It's weeks in the offing that you will get confirmation. It's within September. This energy has been all over me forever. It's within September. You will get validation. You will get confirmation. You will be getting busy before New Year's. If you want to date, you can, but it's just going to make you understand why I don't want to date. So group number 4, I'm genuinely sorry. If you'd like to book me for a private reading regardless, so we can look more into that, I'd be happy to do that. And my website contains all my prices. I wish that I had, hey, suitors galore. You would have suitors galore. It's just you wouldn't want any of them. That was very, 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 very interesting. I have another iPhone, it just started talking, which is funny because it's not functional. I just use it as a camera sometimes. Siri must have picked up something I was saying. Anyway, you would have suitors galore. But you wouldn't want any of them. And it would just be, in trying to banish a bad memory, you'd just be making a new, sadder one. Okay? Take care. Be well. I'll see you next time.